I'm famous and talk like I'm cool. I'm not sure if it's more for me or for you.
And next up for team previews, we got Team Penske. Really stacked 3-car lineup. Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, Ryan Blaney, Matt DiBenedetto, sorta, but he's going to be excluded from this. But then you got Austin Cindric going to make some starts. He's entered in a Daytona 500. This team has the capability to go out there and win a bunch of races this year. Which one of the three is going to be the one that goes out there and gets the most?
Well, I'll tell you who's got the most motivation for it. Brad Keselowski. I mean, you got a new sponsor this year. Had this, but it's Keystone now. So I think you've got Brad Keselowski, who's got basically a brand new sponsor with Keystone Light this year. He wants to prove that he can still wheel the car. He wants Keystone in victory lane. He only had one Miller Lite car last year, and he won with that car. So I think he's got I think he's going to be gunning real hard. But I think it's the most evenly stacked team. Yeah, I'd say so. Evenly stacked team in NASCAR. I mean, Joey Logano, he's good week in and week out. Brad Keselowski, also good week in and week out. Ryan Blaney, though, he seems to be on and off. He started last year off, and he was so good. But then midway through the season, just like Bowman, just fell off. So I think that if he's able to keep that going the entire year, you could easily have all 3 cars in the round of 8.
Yeah, well, I think if Brad Keselowski is looking for some sponsors, I think Dano's Seasoning is a really good sponsor. Go to danoseasoning.com. Use code BehindTheWall at checkout. It's damn good. It's some great all-natural, low-sodium seasoning. Put it on anything. It tastes amazing. Go check them out.
Good.
You don't know it till you don't know. But let's get back. A really good season.
Get you some.
So let's get back. Ryan Blaney had his win, but Penske as a total, they had a really dominant season. They had 8 wins, but 36 top 5s, which is more than Hendrick Motorsports and Stewart-Haas Racing. 62 top 10s. That's more than Hendrick Motorsports. They had a really good year. And consistent finishes, that's what put Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski in the Final Four to battle for a championship at Homestead. And I think Logano is going to have a stellar year, and I think Ryan Blaney is going to have a standout year. Brad Keselowski is sort of kind of fallen off over the past few years, but I'm really excited to see what Austin Cindric can come in here and do, and he's going to give Chase Elliott a run for his money at some of those road courses.
I could do this all day. You're so wrong there.
I'm always right.
That was a clown statement. That was a certified Adam Thomas clown statement right there.
All right, explain it.
Yeah, I agree with you there, except for the little Cindric piece right there. But, I think that Brad Keselowski's definitely fallen off. Logano's been really showing that he can still wheel the car. They've both been in the series for quite a while. Blaney's really stepping into the role, and he's been able to make a name for himself in the Cup Series. But expectations for this year, I'd say that you never want to stay the same. You always want to just increase. You want to keep increasing your what's it called? You're laughing at me, so I can't focus. Your skill level. You don't want to remain the same every single year, and that just goes in life. So I think that obviously they're all going to be shooting for the championship. I think all 3 of them have a realistic-ish shot at winning. Chase Elliott's going to win it. Not even going to be a race. It's really a race for second place. So I think all three of them have a good shot at being second best this year.
Yeah, I think with them changing the championship race to Phoenix, it kind of falls right into like a Chase Elliott's hands. Even Kevin Harvick, he really didn't perform well there in the fall at all. I think he finished like 20-something. Chase Elliott dominated it. But it's hard to say that Austin Cindric won't go up there and compete with Chase at some of these road courses. You look at Road America. Cindric's gone there. He's ran really good there. He won there. Chase Elliott hasn't been there since his Xfinity days. You go to the Indianapolis road course. Cindric almost won there last year. Chase Elliott hasn't raced there. Ever.
Question.
What's your question?
This is 2021 season preview, right? This
This
isn't
is,
2022 and on, huh?
but you got to look in the past, and you got to see which drivers
What is
succeeded where.
Cindric racing in 2022 against Chase Elliott have to do with this season?
He's
We're
racing
talking
part-time
about
this year.
we're talking about three strapping men. Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, and a little bit of Cindric. But Cindric is not out of the picture.
Well,
Out of the picture.
I don't think any of the Penske guys, Blaney, Keselowski, Logano, have a legit shot. I think most of the road course races, we're going to see Austin Cindric in the car. But if we're looking at the three Penske guys, Ryan Blaney's got to be at the top of that list if he can find a success at tracks other than super speedways. He had his win at Pocono with the Wood Brothers a couple years ago. Whoop-de-doo. But since he's moved over, he won the Roval, and he's won 2 Talladega races, which, yeah, you can, like, just throw a name in a hat, pick it out, and, oh, there we go. Ryan Blaney wins. We need to see him succeed on these mile and a halves, on short tracks, and especially on road courses with how many we have this year.
But you think that even if, let's say Cindric runs every single road course race, you think that he's really going to be that competitive?
I think so.
I don't know. I mean, you see basically the Wood Brothers have got the 4th car for Penske. What does DiBenedetto do?
I don't see I really like
DiBenedetto has
DiBenedetto.
more seat time in the Cup Series than Cindric.
Yeah, but Cindric, I think Cindric has more skill on road courses than DiBenedetto has.
It's a whole different ballgame. They're 2 separate types of cars.
Yeah, but on these road courses,
it's just crazy for you to say that he's going to be running Chase up for a win at a road course race that we don't even know if he's going to race that. It's going to be on the road courses. It's definitely going to be a Chase Elliott Truex deal all season. Maybe AJ Allmendinger if they put a Collie car in there, which I think they probably will.
Yeah, but I feel like most of the tracks that are coming over from the Xfinity Series, we're going to see him in. We don't know yet. This is all predictions, but I think you're going to see Cindric in the Daytona Road Course, Indianapolis Road Course, and Road America for sure. You got to check those off because those are tracks that came over from last year, and Cindric has prior experience out in the Xfinity Series. But 8 wins last year. Joey Logano had most of them. Joey Logano had most of them. Brad Keselowski, like you said, got his first win when he won in that Miller car in the Coke 600, and then Ryan Blaney with his lone win. What does Ryan Blaney need to do? Like, what does Penske need to do as a whole to get more cars in victory lane?
I mean, it's the same thing I've been saying every single episode. You got to perform. You got to dig down deep. You're gonna have to you take a walk through the woods. You're gonna have to go throw a couple stones into Lake Superior. No, I mean, all you got to do is perform. I mean, I don't know, they're better communication, sharing secrets between cars. And Hendrick started doing that, and see what they're doing now. I mean, besides saying perform better, I don't know what else to say. Besides, I think with as a team, bond. I mean, get to be the best team, and get to the point where all the other teams are saying, "Man, I hate racing against these guys because they were that good."
I think for them to find real success and get back to winning championships is they're gonna have to be the best Ford team, which arguably they could be. Them and Stewart-Haas. I think if it wasn't for Kevin Harvick, they'd definitely be the best Ford team. But they need more
they are the best Ford team
and more consistent finishes than Stewart-Haas, and I think it's capable with this lineup and with the lineup for Stewart-Haas next year. We touched on it. It's a really young lineup. When you look at, you got a second-year guy, a first-year guy, and then you got Harvick and Almirola, but there's better talent in the younger field than you got in Eric Almirola. So I think they need to beat Stewart-Haas, and they need to compete with Joe Gibbs Racing to be that top team and the top tier 2 teams in the NASCAR Cup Series. But with only 3 cars, I think more emphasis has to go on how each is finished. With 4 cars, you usually have that one that's left out, but 3 cars, they're usually pretty even. And when you see one running, you see them all. If they're 1, 2, 3, that's where you see them, or they could be in the back of the pack. They've always had short run speed, but they never really have that long run speed. So if they can improve on long run speed, I think they can be a 10-win team, no doubt.
Yeah, agree with you there. I'll go ahead and do it before you get into the next. Before you announce it, top 3: Logano, Blaney, Keselowski, to Benedetto at the end.
Logano looked really good last year, and so did Keselowski going in for the Championship 4. But I'm going to have to go Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, and then Cindric, then DiBenedetto. Nah, put DiBenedetto above Cindric. And it's going to be interesting to see what they all do with the Ford camp here in 2022. If DiBenedetto makes his way over.
Your 5th guy's gonna contend with Chase Elliott.
Yeah, 5th guy's going to – I had to put him 5th because he ain't running full time. We're going to have to find out this season. We talk about it a lot. Best season ever. I'm pumped. So many new teams, so many new faces and new places, and it's going to be a good year. So
Also, Josh doesn't change his clothes.
I do not change my clothes. Thanks for watching. That was Team Penske's team preview. We'll see you next time.